Welcome to LFN News, a production of LFN Media, bringing you the latest in celebrity news, with specific analysis to keep you in the know of what is going on around you. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe, and hit the bell icon, so you never miss any of our upcoming videos. In the wake of R. Kelly's legal ordeals, we saw Timothy Savage, who is also the father to one of R. Kelly's girlfriends that goes by the name Joycelyn, leading a campaign against the R&B king. Tim Savage always seemed the leader of the anti-Kelly racket, holding the mic and introducing the rest at press conferences. At one point he is seen introducing Ashanti McGee and whispering something into her ear, advising her on what to say. Tim Savage literally knows every other accuser like he was R. Kelly himself. What is rather weird with Timothy Savage is that even though he appeared to be the one pressing the hardest against R. Kelly from the beginning, he doesn't really have any case against the R&B king, and he knows this. It's even so disturbing to see that his family also took part in the Surviving R. Kelly documentary. In fact, the Savages are top on the list among the people who caused the docuseries to lose the intended value, showing up for no cause whatsoever, and yet contributing so much to the defamation strategy against the renowned music icon. We want to believe that Tim Savage, who is still blaming R. Kelly for the disappearance of his daughter until today, knew her age at the time she first met with the R&B king. And if he does know this, we are confident he knows that she was actually 18 years old and very legal on both state and federal standards. Also important to note, the only grievance, or call it record, of alleged bad conduct he has ever mentioned about R. Kelly was that his daughter had to ask him when to eat and when to go to the bathroom, allegations to which he even has no proof. Irrespective of the fact that these were simply house rules to create order in a celebrity's residence, Tim Savage can't even prove that these events took place. Nevertheless, he continues to badmouth the R&B king, forgetting that the reason the daughter is not returning home is the disappointment she got when her father chose to team up with government against R. Kelly, and in the process of running his mouth ended up making conclusive comments about her health status, something no sensible parent does to his daughter. So before blaming everyone else but himself for her missing woman of a child, Tim Savage ought to reflect on his own previous actions and make good with not only R. Kelly but his beloved daughter too. And maybe if Joycelyn will find it in her heart to forgive him for his careless screeching, she may return home and reunite with her family. It's interesting to learn that the ringleader of the anti-Kelly enterprise, who mobilized others and spearheaded the campaign against R. Kelly, doesn't even have a case against him whatsoever, and that he is the only one among several accusers who is finally leaving the stage with completely nothing to show for his vendetta with the R&B king, simply because, unlike others, his daughter knew well she had no case against him and chose to stick to the truth thanks to her. After being thrown out of the Trump Towers and that altercation she had with Azriel, Joycelyn Savage had two options. One was to return home and, like Azriel, have her parents influence her to lie she was 17 and a half when she met R. Kelly, and hope to have a share of the restitutions like Azriel to finally buy her parents the dream life they claim they left behind when they moved to Georgia. And the other option was to stay away from the intoxicating parents who had chosen to work with the government against R. Kelly and give a shot at living a peaceful life away from them, which she did. By staying away from her parents, Joycelyn chose peace over violence, she chose modesty over greed, and she chose the truth over lies. This is an adult woman who simply made her choices and decided to live by them. It's therefore pointless for Timothy Savage to go around blaming her whereabouts on R. Kelly, who is currently locked up in a medium security prison in North Carolina and fighting for his life. For God's sake, R. Kelly's music was muted and he has no money. His communications are now more than limited. He can't make calls casually, and if he does, they are recorded. How can he be responsible for Joycelyn's disappearance? If Timothy Savage thinks her daughter is missing, perhaps it's time he files a missing person report with the police such that they can look her up. But to be everywhere on television and on social media blaming the R&B king over the disappearance of an adult woman, one who has been making her own choices for her past 9 years, now 27 years old, is not only a waste of time, but also a demonstration of how people have been lying on R. Kelly over the years and getting away with it. In a recent conversation with Atmos Love, Timothy Savage talks about how someone is running a fake social media account in his daughter's name and calls upon her daughter to come home, reminding her that even at 27, she can return home and live with her parents. Here is a recap.
And I can only, I can't blame nobody for this. What I have to do is try to find out where is my daughter, to make sure she's fine, healthy, and okay. From day one, that's all we want to know. This let it be known. It's not about Robert Sylvester Kelly. Because first thing people gonna say, they all talking about Rob. I don't want to talk about him. He's locked up behind bars. He has his own case. This is purely about Jocelyn's well-being and making sure that she's alive. It's got nothing to do with nothing else. At this point, we have somebody that's pretending to be her. We've sit back, waited, watched, and make sure that this was not Jocelyn. Now, rest assured, I have people that has been DM me telling me, "Oh, this is Jocelyn. She just doesn't have a baby. She don't know how to come out." That's fine and dandy. Everybody forgive people if she doesn't have a baby. It's not my concern is, and somebody tried to DM me here. My concern is to make sure my daughter is okay. What does she have? That little girl is beautiful, whoever child that is.
Right.
Rest assured, I have enough square footage in my home. Joyce can have her own place. She never even have to talk to me or my wife. She can have her own place down here in the basement or upstairs, whatever. My concern is to make sure my daughter is okay. And I want to know, do we have some type of proof of life? Whether she could do a video, she ain't got to have a baby in there. She ain't got to have none of that. If that's her privacy, but I need to know, is she okay?
According to Galatians, I don't like the way Timothy Savage is trying to make it appear as though R. Kelly and his daughter are such an item that he has to be the one keeping her. He ought to know that we don't trust her daughter either, even though she decided not to place charges against R. Kelly. There is no way she can claim to love and support a man yet not defend him to the fullest. Her word would have counted if she had endeavored to tell the world the good things about Kelly, and how the other women were simply lying on him, but she didn't even lift a finger to help. Teresa McGee Jones says, "These delusional people were in cahoots to finish off the R&B king, but thankfully they all got caught up in their lies." Timothy Savage thought that he could get Jocelyn to flip on R. Kelly like the Clary parents did Azriel, but thankfully, this malicious plan failed. Jocelyn chose to stay out of trouble and stick by her man. I think it's high time Timothy went somewhere else to make his millions and left R. Kelly alone. He needs to stop dragging his name into his beef with his own beloved daughter and allow him fight for his life without any such distractions. According to Rob Sancho, of late Tim Savage's talk has been very confusing. At one point he is blaming R. Kelly for the whereabouts of his daughter, and later he is saying R. Kelly is not 100% guilty and trying to make it appear as though he is a supporter. I guess with the new trend of things, he now knows R. Kelly could be coming home anytime soon and is therefore trying to save face and act like he is on Kelly's side. He definitely knows, just like we all do, that when Kelly comes out he will take the industry by storm and is now trying to take his side, but I am sure the R&B king will see straight through this dude's BS. We await to see how all this unfolds. Thank you for watching today's video, a production of LFN Media, giving you another perspective of issues at hand. We make it our business to keep you updated with the truth amidst the cloud of lies the media wants you to believe. It is therefore important to subscribe to this channel, hit the bell icon and allow all notifications so that you don't miss out whenever we publish a new video.